Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 31 October 2024. It is Halloween night. And since we don't get any trick-or-treaters where we are, I thought we'd just have a knife sale. Because it is Thursday and it is 9 o'clock. Heck, trick-or-treating's probably over anyway. What else we got to do, guys? Better than passing around some knives among the online knife community. It's a good thing. Way better than all that spooky stuff. Although they can be spooky, can't they? So before we get into it tonight, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First off, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post those on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also print them in the description underneath this video so you can peruse them at your leisure. Also in the description, above the terms of the sale, you're going to see links to 3 previous videos on this channel. The first one is entitled A Primer for Buyers. That's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So especially if you're new to this weekly event, you're going to want to watch that. It'll make your purchase experience go much more smoothly if you know what's going on. The second link pertains to you if you're interested in using this weekly sales vehicle to move along some of your personal collection. It's entitled FAQs for Consignors. It does just what the title says it might do. It explains how this process all works from the consignor's perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. Speaking of sharpening, good time to send in knives. Backlog is under 3 weeks right now. I've sort of fought back to get it under control so you guys don't wait too long to get your knives back. Also, there will be next day sharpening this week for the first 4 items purchased to be sharpened from this sale. So those first 4 purchased to be sharpened will ship tomorrow, Friday, the 1st of November, with all of the as shown inventory. Now also in the description, underneath the 3 links, underneath the terms, there's all the good stuff. At the very bottom will be the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps to the video on the left, prices on the right. You will generally see 2 prices for a knife in this sale. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The one on the right is the price as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service, with next day sharpening for the first 4. If you fall outside the first 4, not to worry. Your knife will ship in 3 weeks-ish, probably less. If you see the word sold in lieu of pricing for any given item, that means it has been bought and paid for by its new owner. So no need to send an inquiry or an I'll take it about anything marked sold, all caps, exclamation point. I think that covers it for all of the housekeeping. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and then we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we just have 2 leftovers from last week. You guys absolutely killed it last week. The first one is a fixed blade, and it comes just in a Ziploc bag, which would be pretty normal for this brand, even though it's a small bag and a small knife. It's from Tops. This is the Quickie, kind of a skeletonized, kind of acid stone washed, skeletonized handle, ringtail. Come on. It's so hard to get out of there. There we go. Karambit. Double-edged variety. How about that? 1095 steel. About 1 5/8 blade length to where my thumbnail is. And then from there back, about 3 3/4. So let's see. How would you use that? How would you employ that? Let's see. Like that? Oh, yeah. Like that. I'm not sure what you could use that for. It's got sharpened edges on both sides. Might be a defensive tool of some kind. Let's see if I can get it back. There we go. Got a little ulti clip on it on the Kydex sheath. So we'll say it's like new, no box. Price of these brand new at your favorite web retailer is $104. We ran this one at $70 last Thursday. Got no takers. Dropped it to $60 for the weekend. It's still here. Let's go $50 on this one. $85 if you want me to sharpen both those edges. Probably doesn't need it. That's the Quickie from Tops. Next up, we have one from Jack Wolf Knives. The box is a little tattered, but you know, it's got all the goodies inside still. These boxes kind of fall apart, just so you know. There's your tube. Yeah. The knife inside, as you might see from the label on the can, it's the Midnight Jack in green canvas micarta. Comes in a kind of oiled split grain leather slip with the Jack Wolf maker's mark. And here it is, boys. The Midnight Jack. Let's see, we'll call this a fusion knife in a coffin-shaped Barlow handle. Not actually constructed like a Barlow because the titanium liners and bolsters are integral. Just milled out to accept the OD green canvas micarta covers. Closed length is 3 13/16. The blade is a sheep's foot. Full height hollow ground with a swedge and a long pull. In Bowler M390. Blade length is 2 7/8. Robust pull, about an 8. Very pinchable, by the way. Nice walk and talk. Blade centering, well, it's Jack Wolf. They're generally perfect, this one no exception. This knife is currently out of stock, new, at every website I looked at. When they were available, they would have been $275 web retail. We ran this one last week at $225, didn't sell, dropped it to $195 for the weekend. It is still here. Somebody gets a buy. This will be $180 this week, $205 with an Apostle P edge. That is the Jack Wolf Midnight Jack in OD canvas micarta. Now let's move to the fresh stuff, and we have quite a bit of fresh stuff. The first one is very fresh. It's from Spyderco, and it's a military in black G10 with an S30 blade, but that number right there is significant. It is the Military 2. We've only been waiting for this model for like, I don't know, 8 years. So it looks like a military from this side. From this side, though, there's something going on. The old liner lock has been replaced with the compression lock, and the clip mount is no longer right-hand tip down only. It's got a 4-way clip. Other than that, it's going to seem like a military. All right. Blade is in CPM S30V. Blade length is 4 1/16. The handle is 5.5. Free dropping blade that appears to be tough to pick up, but it's perfect. About as perfect as a over 4-inch blade can be. Let's see, how's the lockup? Rock solid. We're going to call this like new in box. Don't think I could find a mark on it anywhere. Want to buy a new one? And a lot of people do. That's fine. Just go to any of your knife websites and pony up $210 plus tax and you can have one new. Or just buy this one. $160 shipped, priority mail, all in. If you'd like my edge on it, $185. Next day sharpening is available. That is the Military 2 from Spyderco. Next, more Spyderco. From Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth, we have a pair of 3 in S110V, which also gets you some Burple G10. Yes, indeedy. A good-looking Burple, wouldn't you say? No factory clip with this one. Excuse my dusky throat today. A little allergy stuff going on. We got a Casey Lynch deep carry titanium clip, 4-way positionable. The blade is in CPM S110V. It is 2 15/16 inches in length. The handle is 4 5/16. It has a compression lock. It has been lovingly sharpened and it's been used a little. You can see some fine scratches in the blade face, but heck, it's a tool, guys. Just a little bit of burnishing on the clip. Let's see. Rock solid lockup. Nice free swinging blade, broken in. Centering, beauteous. Condition, we will say excellent. I guess you could call it near mint if you squint and hold your mouth right. We'll call it excellent. Inbox. Currently available knife. Brand new. You can buy one at your favorite website for $237 plus tax. Or just buy this one all in at $150 shipped priority mail. $180 if you would like my edge on the S110V blade. That is the Spyderco Pair 3 Burple and S110. Next up, another one from Spyderco. This one hails from Taichung, Taiwan. It is the Spydie Chef. The Spydie Chef. This is a good looking handle on this one. They kind of do a bead blast and then an acid stone wash over the top of that. And this one is just exceptionally deep and rich. Even the deep carry ambidextrous tip up wire clip is blasted for low reflectivity. And then we have this beautiful hunk of satin finished LC200N steel with fingerprints on it. Does it look like a kitchen knife? It kind of does. Thus the name. 3 5/8 blade, 4 5/8 handle. It is a Reeve integral lock carburized variety. No steel insert. Just that beautiful little bit of hydro stick that lets you know it's there. Blade centering is perfect. Lockup is rock solid. Condition on this particular chef, I'm going to say near mint to like new in box. You can buy one of these brand new for $303 plus tax at your favorite knife retailer. This one will be $195 like it is, $220 with my edge, with on that deeply bellied kind of modified sheep's foot blade. Yeah. Next day sharpening is available. That is the Spydie Chef from Spyderco. Next up, I think I've sold this knife before. I know I've sharpened it. It is not a Civivi. It does not come with the original box. It is a Spyderco, kind of a rare model, the Sage 1 in gray G10 with a blade in Maxamet. Now this knife has been used a little, maybe put away wet. It's got a little bit of patina going on. Now I remember sharpening this one, and I did it convex because of the, let's just say, not excellent toughness of Maxamet. So this should be a very robust edge. Doesn't appear that it's been degraded at all since I sharpened it. If so, not much. So it's, other than that, just a Sage 1, right? 3-inch blade, 4 3/16 handle. Michael Walker liner lock. Beautiful pivot, just smooth as glass. Gorgeous centering. Condition, I'm going to call excellent, no box. So these are currently available, and actually they're on sale at two, I think, Knife Center and Blade HQ. At a below map price, right? So not sure how they got away with that, but web retail running between $196 and $224. This one though, it's got a little history to it, and it's going to be a lot less. How about $140? No need to sharpen. on the Spyderco Sage 1, Gray, Maxamet, and an ApostleP Edge. Next up, we have one from the Benchmade Knife Company. It is a black class knife from the Out series, right? So the 5.3 model series, which would be, let's see, the Purdue, the Bug Out, the Tagged Out, and the Bailout. I think that's all the outs. The Pardue's not an out, but that's the original platform was the Purdue. This is the Bailout in CPM 3V with the black Grivery scales. So a little longer knife closed than a Bug Out, especially since we have this stainless steel backspacer and lanyard loop. It wears that black oxide coated shorty deep carry clip that's ambidextrous tip up. It has a sort of dark charcoal Cerakote finish on the blade. Axis lock, phosphor bronze washers, and thumb studs. There's your blade steel designation, 3V. We have a 3 3/8 inch Tonto with a combo edge. Pretty usable tool blade. And that Cerakote looks awesome. The handle's 4 3/4. Rock solid lockup. Nearly free dropping blade. Certainly flingable. Let's see. Not bad centering there, Benchmade. Good job. I called it very close. We'll say this one is near mint to like new in box. You want to buy a new one? I think the plain edge ones are available. I could not find a combo edge in stock anywhere, but it would be $180 if you could. This one, like new in box, let's do $130 like it is, $155. I sharpen that Tonto blade. That is the Benchmade 537 SGY Bailout, black and 3V. Next up, another Benchmade, no box, just a beautiful blue pouch. Probably the most beautiful blue pouch anywhere, people are saying. Here we go, boys. This is a 580 Barrage. Kind of a modern classic from Benchmade. The black polymer scales over robust stainless steel liners. This one's wearing the Parkerized split arrow clip. It is an axis assist mechanism with a spine mounted safety. Push forward, can't open, pull back. Out it flies. On the spring. A gorgeous swedged spear point blade. Warren Osborne designed this one in 154 cm. Gorgeous stonewash on that thing. And although it's got a swedge and what appears to be kind of a low mid-spine, these are slicey, man. You can see the stock thickness at the point of attack is pretty skinny. 3 11/16 inches of blade, 4 13/16 handle. Rock solid lockup. There is a spring, so it won't drop shut. Blade centering is beautiful. I think these are discontinued. They're definitely out of stock. When they were last available, they had a Benchmade map price or a web retail of $198, but they gone. This is a beautiful example. Like new, no box, just a pouch. Your price, $135 like it is, $160 with an ApostleP Edge. That's the Benchmade 580 Barrage. Next up, we have another Benchmade without a box. This one in a black pouch. We appreciate all colors of Benchmade pouches. This one is the Benchmade 290 BK Full Immunity. This is the manual version. That's why it's not a 2900, right? So it's got gorgeous flat dark earth, hard anodized aluminum scales with a diamond mill pattern. Black oxide coated shorty deep carry clip, factory lanyard and bead, axis lock mechanism. The thumb studs sort of anodized to match the scales. There's the blade. Nice little angular Wharncliffe in a CPM M4. Again, that dark charcoal gray Cerakote finish. Thin blade, I'm going to guess that's about, what, 105 thousandths. A pretty high flat grind all the way up to about there. Skinny enough. Nice and skinny, actually. Look at that tip. Yeah. You can do that with M4 because it's hard and it's tough. Rock solid lockup. Free drop in action on that very lightweight blade. Beautiful centering. We'll call it near mint, no box. You can currently buy this knife brand new for Benchmade MAP price or a web retail of $270. Why don't we just do this one at $195 like it is? $225 if you like my edge on that M4 blade. It fights every pass of every stone. But it's so worth it when you get done. That's the full immunity in flat dark earth from Benchmade. Next up, we got one from Hogue. And it's not a Doug Ritter Hogue. It's an Elishewitz Hogue. The 24377 Deka in Magna Cut with a flat dark earth polymer handle. What a little beauty that is, man. Yeah. I love how that crosshatch pattern that's present on their G10 and Damascus handles is also molded into that polymer, and it's gorgeous color. Black hourglass standoffs, blackened deep carry, ambidextrous tip-up clip. The Able lock and phosphor bronze washers, and a black Cerakoted blade in a CPM Magna Cut. I think I teased you guys about this one yesterday. This is going to be like the least expensive way to get into a Magna Cut blade. Nice and thin. Flat ground saber high up to about there. Blade length on the Deka, 3 1/4. The handle is 4 5/16. Very skeletonized scales with short liners that go back to about there. Kind of a bug out fighter. Look at that. Free drop in action. Rock solid lockup. Centering on this Deka. Perfect. Condition near mint in box. Not sure why I didn't call it like new. There might have been a little smudge on the clip, but I think I rubbed it off. Anyhow, you can buy these brand spanking new at your favorite web retailer for a price of $148 plus tax. Let's see, on this one, let's do $115 like it is. $145 with my edge on that Magna Cut blade. That is the Hogue Deka in flat dark earth and MC for Magna Cut. Next up, we have a knife from a native son. No box with this one. It's just going to come in a padded Ziploc. Yes, hailing from Indiana, not too far from here, Dave Curtis gives us this offering. It is the F3 Wharncliffe Medium in bead blasted and stonewashed titanium. Kind of a PJ F3, wouldn't you say? You got your Curtis trademark gun sight pocket clip in titanium. It's a ball bearing flipper with the Curtis gun sight pivot. There's your blade. A hollow saber ground. He calls this a Wharncliffe. I would call it a sheep's foot. You'll see this has the old laser etched text on the blade, not the new deeply engraved oval. So this makes this kind of an early production F3 in CTS XHP. The blade length is 3 1/8. The handle's 4.5. I do have a steel inserted titanium frame lock. Locks up right there. Free dropping blade on ball bearings. Flips beautifully. Centering is about perfect, I would say. Rock solid lockup. Let's see, a hard knife to get a price reference on because it's not sort of the current model. And I think the more current ones are in N690, which is not as good of a steel, in my opinion. But anyway. Found one of these that recently sold on Arizona Custom Knives. It was the same knife, but it did have like an aqua ano on it. It sold at $395. And kind of over personalized in color. Let's do this one at $350, like it is, $375 with my edge on that XHP blade. That is the Curtis F3 Wharncliffe medium. Next up, we have come to the point in tonight's sale where we look at the Rob's Pick. The Rob's Pick comes to us from a little company, I believe, down in Texas. Oh, I believe it is in Texas. Tactile Knife Company. This is the Bexar in Magna Cut and a micarta handle. Let's see. Ooh, 61 Rockwell on this particular hunk of Magna Cut, says the card. I'm not sure if that's true, but Tactile says it is. The knife comes in a very attractive black leather slip with the Tactile maker's mark embossed therein. Looks like the maker of the slip is GSD. Now this lanyard and bead were extra, I think $20 from the original price of the knife. Oh, look at this, guys. This is how you do a fusion slip joint, in my humble opinion. The micarta appears to be a black paper micarta product with milling that kind of resembles Maniago, that super fine sort of diagonal milling. Nice bespoke pivot. Robust construction. And the blade has, look at that. They're milled pulls. They're straight, but there are two of them. So is it a dual nail nick? There's that one, there's the other one, or you can pinch it. There's your blade, a rather stunning little clip point. When I teased you guys about the Rob's Pick in yesterday's video, I told you I made this the Rob's Pick because I don't have a budget for any knives right now, but I really want this. Notice that the steel designation and the Tactile maker's mark are deeply engraved, not laser etched. Very thin blade stock. I'm going to say 85 thousandths. Flat ground up to about there. Nice skinny point on that clip. 2 7/8 blade, 3 7/8 handle. It is a half stop slip joint. Pull weight 7. Perfect walk and talk. Perfect centering. Condition, very near mint inbox with slip. These are out of stock, and they were a short run. There we go. I believe they were $180 web retail when they were available. This one can be yours, all in, shipped priority mail for $140, $170 if you would like my edge on that Magna Cut blade. The Tactile Bexar in black micarta and Magna Cut, that is the Rob's Pick tonight. Next up, here's an interesting package. We have an Andrew Demko pouch, complete with the Velcro patch and everything, but there's not a Demko knife in there. What there is a custom from Tom Krein in a very cool handle finish. It's like a bead blasted handle that's tumbled. And then these flats up top are satin. And then there's a bronze anno, which goes beautifully with the purpley blue titanium hardware. We have a titanium spring clip, right hand tip up only. Got a Hinderer style lock bar stabilizer. Appears to be a carburized frame lock, not steel inserted. It's kind of the right way. It is the Shard from Tom Krein. It is a flipper. Interesting flipper geometry. Kind of a push button, but I think you can light switch it too. Stonewashed blade in CPM 154. Blade length is 3 5/16. It's a Harpoon Wharncliffe with a slight bit of belly and Tom's polished edge, which is okay. Blade length on the Shard is 3 5/16. The handle's 4 3/4. Really, really nice knife in the hand. The jimping is more for indexing than anything else. Not super sharp at all. I don't know, could you come? I don't know if you want to do that. Anyway, lockup, rock solid. There's your engagement, about right where you'd want it. Tiny, tiny bit of what I call hydro stick, like hydraulic lock stick, just to let you know the titanium is engaged. Blade centering is beautiful. Let's see. Yeah, really beautiful. We'll call it near mint in the wrong pouch. I did find an old Blade HQ listing. They carried these knives when they were available, and they actually showed the listing of this exact configuration. Their price was $600, web brand new at Blade HQ. Your price on this one, let's do $350 like it is. $375 with an TheApostleP edge. That's the Tom Krein custom Shard. Next up, here's a knife that there's more than one of in the sale in a different configuration. So make sure you are specific in your I'll take it. It is from Civivi, just a pouch, no outer box. You do have a microfiber, some paperwork, and a sticker. This is the Snecx designed Vision FG in Ivory G10 and a Damascus blade. That's kind of Spydie chefy, isn't it? Not sure the nature of the Damascus. I just know that it's Damascus. The blade is 3 1/2 inches in length. The handle's 4 7/16. Good looking, just a good looking knife aesthetically. The angles and the lines all work together from handle to blade. The clip has a pocket for the back side. It's deep carry, ambidextrous tip up. See the milled pocket in the G10? Yeah. It's a, what do they call this lock? The Super Lock, which is kind of stolen from Andrew Demko. Ball bearing pivot, thumb studs. Nice knife to operate, by the way. Lock up, rock solid. Centering, perfect. Action, perfect as well. Nice. Near mint to like new, no box, just the pouch. You can buy these brand new for $99 plus tax, probably a little bit of shipping. Your price on this one, $70, shipped priority mail, $95 with an TheApostleP edge. That's the Civivi Snecx Vision FG Ivory and Damascus. Next up, a really cool knife, interestingly branded, I think. It is from Boker Plus. Okay, usually we associate the name Plus attached to Boker with Chinese production, sometimes Taiwan, not Zolling in Germany. But this Boker Plus is made in the what? The USA. The USA. Huh. Interesting. Let's see if we can figure out why. It is a Kwaiken compact. In kind of this is a hard anodized aluminum handle. But it's kind of almost, it looks like raw, but it's not, right? It's a button lock Kwaiken. It has a right-hand tip-up pocket clip. But it's got a trick. It's an automatic Boker USA, and now it all becomes clear. It's made by Protech. So it's the Lucas Burnley designed Kwaiken 154 cm blade, the Protech preferred steel. What a cutie. Yeah, that's pretty cool. 2 15/16 blade, 4 1/4 handle. Rock solid lockup, perfect sharpening choil. Now, there's one caution I will give you. Because this is designed for that blade to be completely flush or below flush with the handle, you got to make sure it's closed, guys. I think that's why they gave us these recesses right here, just so you could get your thumb fat down in there and make sure it's closed. Nice. And the button doesn't make a lot of noise when you close it, so you just have to make sure that you get it in there. Let's look at the centering. It is perfect. Yeah, cool knife, guys. Super cool knife. Near mint to like new, in box. Web retail for this knife is $231, brand new at your favorite web retailer. This one, let's do it $160 like it is. $185 with my edge. That's the Boker Protech Auto Kwaiken Compact. Super cool knife. Next up, we have one from Vosteed, and you're going to get a pouch only, no outer box or tin or any of that other stuff. So you got a cloth, and that's it. Okay. And I've got a couple of these, so this is going to say in your inventory, Vosteed Raccoon SF crossbar. Okay, because they make this with different blades and different locks. So here's what we got. Blue burlap micarta scales. A 4 3/8 handle. A deep carry polished pocket clip ambidextrous tip up with fill tab. The crossbar lock, nothing at all like a Benchmade axis lock. Nothing at all. Thumb studs and ball bearings. A sheep's foot blade in Sandvik 14C28N blade steel. The blade length is 3 1/4. Rock solid lockup. And the centering is perfect. Condition on this knife will be near mint in pouch. And let's see, these are out of stock. When they were available, they were $59 web retail plus tax and postage. This one can be yours. $40 all in, shipped priority mail, $65 if you'd like it with my edge. It's the Vosteed Raccoon SF crossbar. Next up, a super nice Kaiser. I said it, it's a super nice Kaiser. It is the V3471E3 Gemini. And two rather stunning pieces of burlap micarta, I have to say. That is good looking stuff in a matte finish. The pocket clip, deep carry, black, right hand tip up only. It is a ball bearing flipper. And what a great blade shape. Full flat ground drop point, beautifully stone washed. Bowler N690, the blade length is 3 1/8. The handle is 4 1/8. Just a stainless steel liner lock, blackened liners, ball bearings, and a flipper. All works perfectly. Rock solid lockup. And if you can see it, perfect centering. Can't find this knife anywhere. Has to be long sold out. Even the back spacer is that same burlap. Cool knife. but it's Chinese and right hand only, so I could never own one. I'll have to suffer. Anyway, I don't know what the price of these was new, but I think this has got to be worth 50 bucks. That's what we're selling it for, and 75 with an TheApostleP edge. That's the Gemini and Burlap from Kaiser. Next up, we have one from CJRB, and it's not that model number. This is a correct box with the wrong label. So he probably swapped them when he sent them in. It is the J1931 Frack. Should be a popular knife in Pennsylvania. Maybe they meant frag. That would make more sense. Anyway, I picked this knife up, and I'm feeling the weight, and I'm going, that must be a natural aluminum. It's not. Nor is it titanium. Can you see inside there, guys? It's stainless steel, and it is deeply milled for lightening. It is not a heavy knife. I would guess right at 4, maybe like 4.2. I'm totally guessing. Anyway, it's the Frack. You got a 5-inch handle. You got an ambidextrous tip-up deep carry clip. You have a button lock mechanism on ball bearings. Now you could also open it with the hole, but that geometry doesn't really work with my thumb super well. Anyway, there's your blade, big old blade, 3 7/8 inches. Looks like 1/8 inch stock. Nice high grind, very usable blade shape. Rock solid lockup. Blade centering will be perfect. I'm going to call it like new, in the right box with the wrong label. You can buy this knife on Amazon for 69 bucks plus tax, or just buy this one, 50 all in. 75 if you'd like it with an TheApostleP edge. That's the CJRB J1931 Frack. Next up, a cool knife from Miguron. Now let's see. I was trying to remember where they make these things. I don't know. We'll have to look. There's your box. Still got the plastic, like shrink wrap over it that they carefully cut out, so we can access the drawer. All your paperwork's in there. Here's the knife. This is interesting. I thought this was going to be probably a paper micarta product, but it's not. It is satin finished red Damascus, so it's G10. How do they do that? It's gorgeous. It is the Velona Flipper in red Damascus. 5 1/16 handle. Stainless steel liner lock knife. Nice beefy and polished, like tumble polished liners. Looks like a black FRN backspacer. Milled titanium ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip. Ball bearing flipper. Blade steel is Sandvik 14C28N. Look at that thing. Nice fullered spear, I guess you'd call it. Flat ground up to the bottom of the fuller. 4 1/16 blade. So nice in the hand. Rock solid lockup. Ball bearing pivot. Beautiful centering. That's nice. It is like new in the box. They're currently out of stock. When they were available, they were 70 bucks web retail. Let's do this one for 50 like it is. 75 if you'd like it with an TheApostleP edge. That is the Velona Flipper in red Damascus from Miguron. Okay, next up. This is kind of a cool little piece. I played with this a lot yesterday as I was setting up. So I got to flip my page. Oh, it's a pen. And it's from, where is it? I can't find, where is it? There it is. It's Big Idea Design. Big Idea, the logo's kind of confusing, frankly. It says mini dual side click pen. Solid metal construction with a lifetime warranty. Okay, so here's the pen. This is in raw titanium. You see some very fine turning marks, like satin polish marks probably. Some very fine milled lines for grip, turned lines for grip. A beautiful milled titanium clip. So it's an end clicky button to deploy, and either one of those side pushers will release. Overall length is 3 7/8. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is. And if you want to take the clip off, you have to remove that collar. And they've included a tool with which one can do such that. Look at that. Yeah. Pretty slick, I got to say. And there is a medium black Schmidt refill. It is like new in box. Web retail for this would be $70 plus tax and postage. Let's do this one at $50, all in, shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen. On the Big Idea Design mini dual side click pen. Very cool. I kind of like it. I like it almost as much as my Fisher Space Pen Bullet. Next up, we got one from Olight. They call this OD green. I don't think it's OD, but anyway, it's the Baton 3 Pro. And guys, I opened the box for the first time. It's got a tear strip. It had never been out of the box. I had to take it out for the video. Obviously, it has USB charging. Here's the light. 4 inches in overall length. Gorgeous aluminum handle. Side button. I did not take the insulator out from the battery, nor did I charge it. But anyway, it's got a bunch of modes. It goes from half a lumen to 1500 in various modes. It's got your bidirectional pocket / cap bill clip. Big single LED emitter. Magnetic charging. It is like new in box, literally. These are $70 web retail, plus tax and postage. But you can have this one freshly opened, $50 all in, shipped priority mail, no need to sharpen. The Olight Baton 3 Pro flashlight. Next up, we have a leather product from Three Sons Leather Company, Cleveland, Ohio. They even gave us a little card. Quality handmade leather goods. And some contact info. Here is the piece. Three Sons Leather Company. This is, I'm not sure the kind of leather this is. They list 2 that they use on their website. One is a Horween product. Not sure what the other one is, but it's got kind of a spalted copper finish, which is pretty cool. It is designed to accommodate a pen and a flashlight. So a pen would go like that. I would put this flashlight in, but it doesn't fit. It's really designed for like a single AA flashlight. Like a Streamlight Stylus Pro or the like. The dimensions are 2 3/4 wide by 4 3/4 high. You could also put a pry bar in there. It's like new in box with card. I think this is about $50 new. It's $45 for the base finish. They don't list this copper spalted finish anymore. But anyway, you can have it all in $35, shipped priority mail for the Three Sons Leather Light Slip. Next up, I have some accessories for a Three Rivers manufacturing Atom. They're going to come in this pouch. And they are a set of scales for the Three Rivers Atom in flat G10 chamfered with the textured finish, set up for the right-hand tip-up pocket clip. On their website, Three Rivers calls this OD green. I think it's more of a forest green. But anyway, they're in very near mint condition, just a little rub from a clip mount. But yeah, not used for very long. You could almost call them like new. They're out of stock on Three Rivers website, but if they were available, they'd be $37 plus tax and postage. These you can have for $25, shipped priority mail. That's the Three Rivers Manufacturing OD green scales for the Atom. Next up, got one from Civivi. Let's see, I have a box, and do I have a pouch? I don't. I just have some bubble wrap. Maybe a bubble wrap baggie. The knife is not the Altus either. What it is the C22025B-DS1 Sentinel Strike in Damascus. And they made this knife in a couple different colorways. You had the black washed frame with the green FRN wrapping backspacer, or the reverse, this one, green frame with black backstrap, and a Damascus blade. So let's take a look at what we got. The Damascus blade is 3 13/16 inches long, kind of a stylized Wharncliffe, pretty cool looking Damascus. The handle is green hard anodized aluminum, 4 7/8 inches in length. It's very interesting construction, a lot like the Benchmade Redoubt, I guess. We've got an ambidextrous tip-up deep carry clip retained by a nut with a glass breaker. It is a button lock mechanism on ball bearings. I got a flipper tab. I got thumb studs, which work equally well. Let's see. Lock up, dead rock solid. Centering is perfect. Like new in a correct box with the wrong sticker, right? You can buy these brand new. I think I found them in stock somewhere. I can't remember where. For $106 online. This one can be yours at $75 like it is. $100 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Sentinel Strike in Damascus from Civivi. Next up, you'll want to be specific in your I'll take it for this one, because we already had one. So this is a Vosteed with the full complement of stuff. Oh, there's no inner pouch, but we got a tin and an overbox. This is the Snecx Design Vision FG with Ultim scales, blasted Ultim. Actually, it looks more milled than blasted, but I don't know. So we got a titanium pocket clip, blackened and tumbled, ambidextrous tip up. We have the, what do we call it? The Super Lock, which is a lot like a Demco shark lock. So you can pull back and fling. Get your rhythm right, Rob. Or you can open it with the studs. Yeah. The blade is a sheep's foot, designed by Snecx. The blade steel is Nitro-V. Blade length 3.5. The handle 4 7/16. Rock solid lockup. Free swinging ball bearing action. Beautiful centering. Condition like new. In the wrong box because I don't think it says what it is. Let's see. Yeah, that ain't what it is. But it is a Vosteed box. Price of these brand new, 89 bucks, and they are in stock, plus tax and shipping. This one will be 65 like it is, 90 with an Apostle P edge. The Civivi Snecx Vision FG Ultem and Nitro-V. Please use all that in your description because remember, we had that one as well. Okay. Next up, a pretty cool little knife here. From a US-based brand. This knife not made in the US, but they're planning to. This is from Luft. Luft Concepts, and the model is the Avant. Kind of stridery in profile of the handle. Natural canvas micarta scales. Looks like it's got some nested liners. Big, thick titanium backspacer. Ambidextrous tip up deep carry wire clip. Nice low profile flipper. Very grabby to the finger. And a pretty cool looking blade, I got to say. Very cool satin. Horizontal on the flats. Vertical, large hollow grind. Vertical satin on that hollow bevel. Nice belly. Skinny grind. Nice skinny grind. Yeah. 3 5/16 blade, 4.5 handle. Titanium liner lock. Ball bearing pivot. Can I flick it open? Yeah, you could do that. Lock up rock solid. There's your engagement. Centering. You be the judge. It's pretty close to perfect. Absolutely like new in pouch. Buy these brand new for $180 online at your favorite web retailer. Or just buy this one, $135 all in, shipped priority mail. $165 if I sharpen that M390 blade for you. That is the Luft Concepts Avant. Next, we have a mismatched Chinese combo. It's not really a combo. It's a mass drop pouch, but the knife is a Tucson. This is the Tucson TS223. Titanium bolster lock with some crowned and fluted carbon fiber scales. Ball bearing flipper. Works well. Kind of a big belly drop point in 14C28N steel. Designed by Jelly Jerry, whoever that is. Anyway, you see his maker's mark right there. So 3 9/16 inches of 14C28N steel, 4 5/8 handle, milled titanium pocket clip, right hand tip up only, solid titanium backspacer, steel inserted bolster lock, nice engagement, rock solid lockup, centering is beautiful, flipping action, perfect. Yep, all squared away. We'll call it near mint in the wrong pouch. You can buy these knives brand new right now, but now they're doing them in M390, and they're 120 bucks. This one you can have for 75 like it is, 100 with my edge. That's the Tucson TS223. Next up, we have another incorrect pouch. It's going to come in a Kaiser pouch, but it's a Tucson knife. And let's face it, anything's better than a Tucson box, right? So this is the TS134 Shockwave. The Shockwave. I think you can tell that by the stripes milled into the titanium. A robust little titanium frame lock. I don't think there's any milling. Yeah, a little bit on the inside in the blade well. But it's kind of a chunk. Maybe it's due to that rather large solid titanium backspacer. Nice flipper tab. Beautiful flipping action. It almost tricks you into thinking it's a trailing point because of the shape of the swedge, but it's really a drop point. So you got a 3-inch blade in Bowler M390. You got a 4 1/4 handle. There is your engagement on the titanium frame lock with the steel insert. Ball bearing pivot. You can open it with the flipper tab. Can you sweep it? I wouldn't say that hole's good for sweeping. Very robust detent. Looks like we got a forward finger choil if you have little tiny Chinese fingers. But everything's squared away, including the centering. Condition is near mint in the wrong pouch. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $125 web retail. This one will be yours at $85 like it is. Whoops, $115 if you'd like it with my edge, and next day sharpening is available. That's the TS-134 Shockwave from Tucson. Next up, we got one from not Vosteed. We don't have any factory pouch or any extra stuff with this one. But it's from Berg Blades, and it is the Iron Pup. The Iron Pup, a very squared away and attractive knife. Titanium frame lock, bead blasted and tumbled, milled titanium right-hand tip-up pocket clip, steel inserted titanium frame lock. Opens with these things here. I think we call them thumb studs. A stunning clip point blade. Gorgeous swedge, gorgeous hollow grind. Blade steel is CPM 20 CV. There's your Berg Blades maker's mark right there. 2 15/16 inches of blade, 3 7/8 inches of handle. So very efficient blade to handle ratio. There's your lock engagement. Free swinging blade on bearings. Beautiful detent, beautiful flicking action. Near mint to like new, no box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $310 web or retail. This one can be yours, $225 like it is, $255 with my edge on that 20 CV blade. That's the Iron Pup from Berg Blades. Next, I got more Raccoons from Vosteed. This one comes in a pouch with no tin or sleeve. This will be in your inventory as Vosteed Raccoon Button Lock Blue. Unlike the previous Raccoon you saw that had the crossbar lock, this has a button lock. It still has the same blue canvas micarta, the same polished deep carry ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip with fill tab, opens with thumb studs, and it's a button lock on ball bearings, okay? Nice detent for a button lock. Kind of a drop spear, kind of a blade, kind of fat, broad. 14C28N is your blade steel. The blade length is 3 1/4. The handle's 4 3/8. The lockup is rock solid. The ball bearing action works perfectly. The blade centering is close. We'll say it's near mint in pouch. These are available new for $65. Let's do this one at $45 all in, shipped priority mail. $70 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available. That's the Vosteed Raccoon Button Lock Blue. Why so specific? Well, because we have a third Raccoon next. This one's going to come in a Spyderco box, but it is not a Spyderco. It's a Vosteed Raccoon Button Lock Black micarta, which turned out pretty cool, I gotta say. So yeah, polished deep carry pocket clip with the laser etched logo, ambidextrous with fill tab, thumb stud deployment, button lock, ball bearing pivot. Ooh, that one's really cool. Okay, 3 1/4 inch blade in 14C28N, 4-inch handle. Nice. Let's see. We'll call the centering very close on this one. Rock solid lockup. Near mint to like new. Wrong box. Price of these brand new, $65 web retail plus tax and postage. This one can be yours, $45 like it is, $70 with my edge. The Vosteed Raccoon button lock black. Next up, let's see. We got a Civivi pouch, but the knife is a Wee. Nothing in the pouch except the knife. The knife is the Wee 2010V-2 Black Void Opus. Very cool handle. The handle is milled titanium with a beautiful piece of OD green micarta, or I'm sorry, G10 inlaid and hafted. So no tactile lines between. Kind of a bronze anno pivot. Beautiful milled titanium right-hand tip-up pocket clip. It's fairly deep carry just because of where it's mounted. The knife is a ball-bearing front flipper. And it's a liner lock. I think it's stainless steel. I'm pretty sure it is, not titanium. Pretty cool modified Wharncliffe blade in 20 CV. The blade length is 2 7/8. The handle length is 4 inches. Rock solid lockup. This is a Lundquist design. Beautiful smooth bearings. Beautiful smooth bearings. And gorgeous Wee centering. Pretty cool knife. Let's see. These are actually on sale right now at a couple different web retailers. Kind of a clearance item at $170. Let's do this one at $120, like it is. $150 with an TheApostleP edge on that 20 CV blade. That's the Black Void Opus from Wee. Next up, we got a Kaiser and a Civivi pouch. Interesting how this consignor just like throws all of his boxes and pouches in a pile and then puts knives in them. I don't know. Anyway, we got the Kaiser V4609C1 Coniferous V. I have no idea why. The Coniferous V. Not sure why coniferous, but that's the name. Scales are black canvas micarta. Well, no, the one scale is, and the other one's titanium. I don't know why, because it's a stainless steel liner lock knife. But, you know, it's Kaiser. You got a deep carry stonewashed pocket clip that's ambidextrous tip up. I can flip it. I can thumb it. Whoops, better than that. And I think I can break glass with it. I think. That's part of the blade tang. Very ingenious. Kind of num zani, right? So yeah, I would call that a spear point blade or a modified Wharncliffe blade. The steel is 154 cm. It's 3 5/16 inches of blade length, 4 3/8 inches of handle. Rock solid lockup. Centering is, I called it perfect, but I might want to say very, very, very close. Near mint to like new. Wrong pouch. These are also on sale at several web retailers for $65, brand new. This one though, $40, all in, shipped priority mail. $65 with my edge. That is the Coniferous V from Kaiser. Next up, we got one from the Benchmade Knife Company. This is interesting. It's a 273BK-2201 Mini Adamas. That's supposed to mean burgundy canvas micarta. Okay? I don't know if their dye wasn't working, but that looks like to me a very deep natural canvas. It's not burgundy, at least not to my eye. Frankly, it's way cooler than the burgundy. The blade, limited edition, CPM Crewwear, black Cerakote blade. Let's see. 3 3/16 blade, 4 7/16 handle. Black oxide or parkerized deep carry butterfly ambidextrous tip-up clip. Not quite a free dropper, but a drop of oil would make it so. Lockup is rock solid. Centering pretty dang nice. We're going to say near mint in box. These are out of stock at $225, even with ugly burgundy micarta. I'm kidding. Let's do this one at $190 like it is. $215 with an TheApostleP edge. Maybe the coolest looking mini Adamas I've ever seen. Okay, guys, that brings us to the last item in tonight's sale. And it's kind of important because this is mine. And I'm selling it to fund a motorcycle rescue project. I'm going to start with this big outer box. It is my personal Omega Seamaster Professional 300-meter diver. Reference number 210-324-220-010-01. So that's the outer box. Instructions, travel card, all my original paperwork. This watch was purchased, I think, in March. Let's see. I'm sorry, May of 2021 by me, brand new, from authorized dealer Moyer Fine Jewelry in Carmel, Indiana. Here's the inner box, which is a stunning piece of work. Push the button, open the lid. This is all a beautiful faux leather. I think it's faux. Here is the bracelet. You'll see very minor desk rash. And all my spare links are present. Over here. Here is your hang tag. Now this watch was purchased on the rubber. That was your 2021 price. I think I paid $45. These are up well over $5,000 now. Here's the watch on the factory rubber. Let's see. Looks like it's lost 1 second in 24 hours. So here you go, guys. 42 diameter, 13.6 thick, 50 lug to lug, 20 millimeter lug width. The Omega 8800 coaxial movement, Metis certified chronometer, ceramic bezel insert, wave pattern ceramic dial, helium escape valve, of course screw down crown and 300 meter water resistance. The case, pretty much unmarked. Do I even have a strap change mark? I don't know if I do. Runs beautifully. If you wear this watch daily, I got a little piece of something. If you wear this watch daily, it'll gain a couple seconds a day. If you go to sleep with it crown up, it'll lose a couple seconds overnight. So if you really get good at it, you can kind of alternate how you set the watch down at night and it'll be perfect. Anyway, so if you were going to replace this watch with both the factory rubber and the factory bracelet, which is toolless micro adjust, you would spend well over $6,000 in today's pricing. This watch can be yours for $3,700 all in, shipped priority mail with strap and bracelet. I'm not doing a loom shot. Everybody knows the Seamasters loom. It's kind of legendary. So yeah, $3,700 all in, shipped priority mail. And at that price, I will insure the shipment for the selling price, which I don't usually do. But this is like the most expensive thing we've ever tried to sell on this sale. So there it is, guys. The Omega Seamaster Professional 300-meter diver in beautiful ceramic. Please help. Got to buy a motorcycle. It got to stay in the family. You guys heard the story yesterday, so please help. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking. Talk to you soon.